Hi everybody, it's Melly here, and in today's video, I went ahead and a while ago posted a video asking for you guys to send me your unpopular Ninjago opinions, or controversial opinions, and I collected a lot of them. So today I'm going to be reading them, reacting to them, and seeing what I agree with and disagree with. Nia gets angrier and angrier with each season. She was so much more positive in earlier seasons, but I feel like season 11 through Skybound Nia was so much more mean and negative. Also, seasons 8 through 10 have the best animation and the characters look so good. Bad timing for the change, but those seasons are really good. I agree with you. Nia is very rude and harsh these new seasons, and it's basically as if she and Kai swapped places, because Kai used to be the hothead, now she's the fireball. So I do agree with you on that. And also I do agree with you on the animation things. Seasons 8 through 10 did have the best animation up until season Skybound and Crystallized. Now those two have the best ones. Pixel is criminally underrated. That girl is the backbone of the entire ninja team, but she gets written off to the side so often that it hurts. Honestly, she deserves her own season, and I will die on that hill. Skybound wasn't that great. I love Jay as much as the next person, but the whole plot just felt really convoluted. Like, okay, Nauticon wants to become a Jin king to get unlimited wishes, whatever, fine. Why not marry a crew member then, or have Clancy use one of his wishes to bring Delara back if he just wanted to marry her? Instead, he's really obsessed with marrying Nia, who is almost certainly a child at that point in the show. And the whole ninja are the big celebrities was suddenly introduced and then just as quickly dropped. Not that great overall. Yes, this is another thing I absolutely agree with. Pixel absolutely deserves her own season. It has been a long time coming, and our girl needs some love before she gets killed off this season, and I'm not looking forward to that. Furthermore, I am a known Skybound hater. I always confuse them. I'm a known Skybound hater, so I absolutely agree with you there, all of it. I actually think that Prime Empire is good. It's fun, it's creative, it's dramatic, and it's very well animated. Yay! Another take I can agree with. Although I don't think Prime Empire is one of the better seasons, I think it's more of one of the forgettable ones. I do agree with you that it was very humorous, very well done, and I did enjoy it a lot. It was nice to see Jay take on another important role instead of just being the comedian again, and I do think it was pretty good. I actually like season 11. I mean, there were a few boring episodes, but it's not a bad season. I don't know if this one counts, but I prefer Lloyd than Harumi. I half agree with you. I do think that season 11 as a whole is a better season. The first half of it, the fire chapter, we don't talk about Bruno. Not in the slightest. But the ice chapter was really, really, really good, and I love the ice chapter. However, I prefer Harumi over Lloyd. Honestly. My bad. Day of the Departed is the best episode. I don't understand why people hate it so much. I only just wish it was longer. I kind of disagree to this. Day of the Departed, in theory, is good, but Crystallized is just Day of the Departed, but better. And, I do think it should be longer for sure, but it's definitely not one of the best things that Ninjago has made. It's very, very messy. I don't know why, but Hands of Time looks a bit underrated. I think it could have been given more attention than other seasons. Also in the past, Sensei Wu used to give advice to the ninjas, but we don't see that in the current seasons. At the same time, Wu seems like he's left the role of the teacher and is only doing nothing for the ninja. Yes, I fully agree with you that Hands of Time was a really, really good season. I don't understand why people hate it so much. Really, I don't see anything wrong with the season, and I do agree with you that Master Wu is becoming really a deadbeat character, and I would not be surprised if they fully kill him off in Crystallized. The older seasons outsell the new ones, I'm sorry. Nothing gets me more hyped than the excitement and nostalgia of season 4 or 5. Season 8 and 9 get a pass. They were thrilling, and I loved the whole dystopian thing they had going in season 9. But afterwards, I don't know, it just seemed like things kind of declined. I half agree with you. I think that the original Ninjago is still the better Ninjago, but some of the new seasons, like the Oni trilogy and Skybound and Crystallized, are just so good that it would just be bad to say that it's not like better than the old stuff. It's better writing, that's for sure, but I do understand that nostalgia can blind that stuff. I actually liked the plastic look of Fancy Times. Even if it wasn't really meant to be like that, it gave a weird charm that I really liked, although most people I've talked to have said it wasn't that good. I completely agree. I honestly didn't even really notice an animation difference until I rewatched it for the second or third time. Then I saw it, but I really don't think it's that big of a deal. New seasons feel a bit more childish and goofier than the older ones at times, being season 11 and above. Don't get me wrong, the seasons are alright, but it feels like they're trying a little too hard with the jokes and how the characters act as well. For instance, Nia becoming a bit more angry and with a short temper, and the team being scared of her. Another one I fully agree with. I understand that Ninjago is a kids show and that they need to keep the kid charm because it is targeted to kids and we're just the weird fans that stayed around, but it definitely does make it hard to watch sometimes, and I do fully agree with you that Nia is very weird now. Nia's death in season 14 isn't sad. The show has already ruined the idea of a permanent death for its characters. Zane and Garmadon both died in earlier seasons and came back, so I expected that Nia would come back too. In my opinion, I really don't like how the show handles characters' deaths. I half agree, but that's only because that Nia's death personally was the hardest I have cried in the show, but I do agree with you that the show does a horrible job at making permanent deaths seem permanent or scaring us into thinking it's permanent because they have done it so many times that we just expect it at this point. Seasons 8 through 10 did more harm to Ninjago than good because it gave a lot of fan unrealistic expectations for upcoming installments, which led to automatically label seasons that are inferior to those as bad. I half agree, but only because being able to write a show that every single season is a hit after hit after hit is so difficult, especially with the budget that Ninjago has, being a kids show and all. They won't be able to make Sons of Garmadon trilogy every single time, even though it does disappoint us a lot when they don't get as good as we thought they would be, like the island and stuff like that in season 11. We need to understand that this is a kids show and that we probably won't get the quality that we want every single season, which is why we need to be very thankful for the good quality of a season we have and crystallized right now. Day of the Departed is overhated. Kind of. The premise of the season sucks. It is horribly written, horrible direction, the whole kind of thing. Kirby Morrow didn't even know that he was like the main focus of the season because it was that bad. If the voice actor doesn't even realize it, there's an issue. I think that they could have done a lot of good things for Day of the Departed and they really fumbled the ball. Prime Empire and Master of the Mountain are not as good as people say they are. Prime Empire has very low stakes, pretty bad side characters except for Okino, and Unagami is poorly written. Master of the Mountain is better, but the Geckos and the Months are annoying. But Master of the Mountain is better, still not perfect by any means. I half disagree with this. I think that Prime Empire has moments of very high stakes stuff, like when Zane got abducted and almost fried to death, and then everyone being cubed and it was up to Jay. I think that was good. The resolution was a little bit lackluster in my opinion. I think that Master of the Mountain is some of the best content for Ninjago that we have gotten. Maybe it's because I'm a Cole stan, I don't know, but the whole thing about it was really good, so I don't really agree with the Master of the Mountain part. When Nia sacrificed herself in Skybound, Kai should have had a much stronger reaction than Jay. I understand that Kai and Jay have very different reactions to tragedy, and Jay happens to be a more outwardly emotional person, but I still think it was done wrong. I think Kai should have been completely broken down. Maybe he would have yelled at Nia or the team or the people who aided Kalmar. Or maybe they would have just fallen apart completely, crying in a way that no one had seen him do. It would have been a much more powerful moment in my opinion. Seeing a character that we just are so used to being confident and carefree just completely destroyed. Now, the very start of the romantic relationship is poorly done. Don't get me wrong, I will stand and die by pick Zane, but seriously, the scene where they see each other for the first time is pretty bad. Personally, I have absolutely zero romantic experience, but last time I checked, it wasn't we look eye contact and decided to develop a crush before 2 words can't even get out of their mouth. That is not how the real world works. The only semi-decently developed romantic relationships are Lloyd and Akita, who had decent build-up but were still way better as friends, and Cole and Vanya, which is underdeveloped and is more platonic than anything. Kai liked Skyler when she just smiled at him. Jay seemed to have an interest in Nia before he even knew anything about her. It just feels like the creators rush into relationships way too quickly, and the ones that have build-up come to a climax far too abruptly. Everything that person just said is facts. 100% straight facts. You said it right on the money. Dareth isn't that great of a character. He's okay at best. He's been misogynistic to Nia. A specific moment I'm thinking about is at the start of Skybound. Yeah, I really don't see anything redeeming about Dareth other than comedic relief. The writers have kind of ruined the ninjas' personalities. They have changed them, and not really for the better. Nia is getting more angrier. Kai used to be hot-headed but serious and wise at times. Jay was always kind of the silly one, but used to be more serious than he is right now. Zane has made the fact that he is a robot his entire personality. Like, he literally used to be a wise, clever, quiet character, and now he's just a supercomputer with emotions. Cole was kind of the wisest, most serious, and a bit of the leader in the group, but now he's kind of lost that. And Lloyd, though he has grown up and is the leader, is actually making more dumb decisions now than he used to before. Another person speaking straight facts. I don't even have anything to say to this one because I completely agree. I'm kind of peeved because after Nia, quote, died, Jay was the only one to have a really strong of an emotional reaction. You'd think that Kai would be the one affected. Nia is his sister. The only one he had left before he realized his parents were alive and well was season 7. I get that Jay is Nia's boyfriend and all, but Kai and Nia are siblings. Do you need some paper to go with that fax machine, buddy? Lloyd is the most lackluster ninja of the group and easily the least qualified for a sensei in training position. Yeah, I agree. It honestly should have been Cole from the start. They made it seem like that, and then they just swapped it because Lloyd has green ninja privilege. I don't like how Nia became a ninja. It was cool when she got the water powers, and I was really hoping she'd become this badass water samurai. Nia being a samurai was a huge part of her character, and they just dumped it. Imagine at the end of season 5, when Nia reached her true potential, she builds a new samurai X-mech and fuses it with her water element and destroys the preeminent. Yes, this would make her different and unique and not just seen as the girl ninja. Lloyd shouldn't have become the leader. They basically said, hey, since he's the green ninja, aka the most powerful ninja of them all, he should be leader. Which is pretty messed up if you think about it, because he was only like 10 mentally at the time. Also, Cole just leads better. Again, spoken true facts. Harumi should never be canon, even if Harumi's redeemed. She's put him through far too much abuse, pain, and trauma for him to ever be able to healthily re-enter a relationship. Don't go back to your abusers, kids. Another one, Skybound isn't that bad, and Nauticon is a good villain. He's a creep, yeah, but you're not exactly rooting for the guy. He's a villain, so what if his morals are screwy? That's the point. His motivation was well done as well, in my opinion. Jay also isn't terribly funny anymore. Ever since the studio switch, his humor felt less sarcastic and genuinely funny, and more sort of silly random humor. Not that he never had that before or vice versa, but the ratio's changed, and I personally don't find him as funny anymore. I like Jaya, but it also would be nice to get some character growth for Jay that doesn't involve Nia. I've always wanted to explore the deal with his past and parentage more. And most importantly, Lloyd rocks that fedora. I would put the spoken straight facts photo, but I gotta do Fedora Lord for you. By the way, I did find your Pinterest. I think this is your Pinterest profile picture. Anyway, I do agree with you on all of that, but you get a special Fedora Lloyd because I love you. I personally think that they have absolutely destroyed Nia's character in the newer seasons, really since she joined the team. She was really fun character before. She was like a sort of team partner who came in to help often, and she was a heck of a lot nicer. I think they were really trying to make her tough and ended up just making her insanely toxic and overall just really mean and unlikable character. If I'm being honest, I was not sad at all when she left in Skybound. I actually found it kind of annoying how much of a deal was made over it. Like, Garmadon literally killed the Great Devourer and hardly got any recognition for it. I feel like they made Nia the main character for a lot of the new seasons in general by talking about how she's super powerful or something, when it makes no sense for any of them to be more powerful than for each other, except for Lloyd, but obviously that's just beside the point. I literally hated Nia ever since season 5 when she joined the team, so yeah, I agree. Nia could have been a better character. She has some character development, but I feel like she was mostly used for the romance aspect. You got it, girl. You got it. I actually don't really like Kai's character that much. And before Kai fans come and attack me, I just wanted to say that I think more can be done to his character. To me, it seems like though he's had no character development, he's cocky and prideful, and so I would like to see a season, maybe, where he puts his pride down and we will get to see what's underneath. Maybe Kai keeps up his facade to hide his vulnerability? I I don't know, but something to add more to his character. Honestly, Kai's personality sucks, so I'm very glad you pointed that out. Nia is kind of a toxic person. I feel like Nia makes everything about herself, and her and Kai's relationship isn't even siblings anymore. It's like they're just friends and nothing more. The tea on Kai and Nia is smoldering with facts. The ninjas' personalities was much better in the first several seasons. Now they're just a shadow of what they used to be. You, my friend, get a cookie because that is facts. Back in the Tournament of Elements era, people wish Skyler could join the team, but these days I find that people hate Skyler. I don't know why they do. Maybe it's because the Kyler ship they're against. Kyler is so worthy. She needs more appreciation. Kai used to be very hot-headed and serious, and now he's been changing since season 8, or maybe 10. Plus, what is wrong with him? He used to care about his sister a lot, and now he just seems to be more ignorant about her. Lloyd probably needs to be alone after what happened with Harumi. Either alone or gay, I'm so fine with it. I just think that Harumi needs to stay like this. If she gets redemption, that'll mess up the character. What's the use of making could-be-canon stuff like comics and novels? Such a waste of ideas. I guess that deaths in Ninjago aren't important anymore. It's such a useless thing that Zane dies a lot. And why would Zane make ice with the help of Nia? Okay, this one was a lot to unpack. Honestly, I don't really understand why people don't like Skyler either. So I do agree with you on that. She is underrated. I agree with you on everything else, except I don't exactly what you mean by Lloyd should be gay or left alone. I mean, I'm sure he's still trying to figure that stuff out, so, I mean, Lloyd could be gay, I don't know. But my main issue is the thing with the comics and novels. I think that they're just extra stuff for people to just enjoy that want more of the show that they don't have the time to put into the show. I think I might feel this way because of personal experience. Misako is a good parent. She was probably going through a hard time and really messed her up mentally. She probably knew she would never be able to take care of Lloyd, and her thoughts were all over the place. She just couldn't think right. I think Misako was a good parent, and Lloyd loves her and is able to open up to his mom. Lots of people can't do that. I kind of agree. I definitely think that there is logic behind what Misako did, but it should not have been handled the way it was. I think that Misako should have just given Lloyd to be raised by Master Wu if she didn't think she could raise him, and with Garmadon gone, obviously there was nothing they could do. So instead of dropping him off at a school for bad boys, he should have gone to Master Wu. Cole and Nia's concept as a relationship wasn't that bad, but it was just how it was executed. Cole is someone who would never break bro code and then take his best friend's girl. I agree. I definitely think they could have actually been a really good couple, but the whole love triangle just messed so many things up. Wu is basically useless now. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, almost every time we see him, he's with Misako, and that's all. He used to be more wise, more like a teacher, but now, and I kind of liked the first part of season 11, it was pretty funny. And some pixel focus when I need it. Yeah, Master Wu pretty much sucks by now. Season 11 really was shitty though. The first half of it, I can't agree with you on that. That's what ruins this take for me. However, we need a pixel season. Please. I think Lloyd is a horrible character. He was never even mentioned in the pilot episodes and stole the show from all the characters that were introduced in the pilots. I never liked that Lloyd became the Green Ninja. I really wanted to see Nia become the Green Ninja. What makes it even worse for me is that the little brat was starting to grow on me, and I was looking forward to the main 4 ninja training him. But then they did the whole thing with the tea potion to make him older. I did not like that. Yeah, Lloyd's character is pretty messed up. I don't really like how he's the front character as well, but I don't really know if any other of the ninja could be a better front character. Maybe Kai? But, yeah, there was a lot of stuff that they messed up with Lloyd, I think. I cannot believe these words are about to come out of my mouth, but Zane is overrated. Honestly, this is the only take I completely disagree with. I don't see any reason to not like Zane and to not hype Zane up as much as he is. I would love to hear more about this. Nia should have been physically sick with something when she came back from the sea. I know it sounds dark, but she was in the sea for a whole year, and the first elemental master of water to come back from that form. There has to be something from that. I agree with you, and I really hope that they explore that within the final episodes of Crystallized. Harumi is a toxic and abusive ship. Correct. Moving on. Nauticon is a creep. The guy is willing to marry a minor for the ultimate power. I don't know why people like him. The guy is a freak. Marsha the Oni is garbage. Omega is a bad villain. We don't know what happened. Only good thing about this season is Jay proposing to Nia. That is legit the only good thing from this season. Secrets of Forbidden Spinjitzu is not bad at all. There were some episodes that made me laugh. I think the creators wanted to try something new with the show. The Explorers Club episode made me laugh and enjoy a lot. The Belly of the Beast is also really funny as well. I see Cole as being pansexual. I think he loves more than just the guys. I think he likes guys, girls, or neither at all. Wu is also a horrible person. I think he's mid at best. Like, sure, he did help the ninja and all, and is kind and caring, but don't let it distract you that he also did some not so good things. Like keeping the ninja really important things that would help them a lot. And to top it all off, he only ever tells them when his past comes to haunt him. I agree with a lot of this. Marsha the Oni was horrible, Nauticon is an absolute disgusting creep, I hate Wu, but the only things I disagree with, I don't think Cole is pan. I personally can see him as asexual because he really hasn't shown any kind of romantic interest towards anybody. Furthermore, I also think that the fire chapter for Secrets of Forbidden Spinjitzu ruined the whole season, but the ice chapter redeemed it. I really hate Kai. It's like he has no personality one minute, he's a hothead, then the next he's being stupid or selfish. And he's always so arrogant, even though he's not that strong. Kai definitely needs a personality overhaul, and they really need to fix his personality because I hate how much I agree with this comment. So there we go, guys, 21 minutes of most controversial Ninjago opinions that my commenters could think of. Let me know what you guys think of this, what you agree with or disagree with, or just let me know some other ones in the comments too. And before you say anything, there were a lot of comments about the Ninjago movie. There were so many that I decided to make my own video about it, so keep an eye out for that community post for you to help me out with soon. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys!